But like a moment of real, man. I added a comment to my number one in green letters Bible additives wrote about the book of Joshua. It looks like chapter one, and it came from a crossbreed song talking about I'm inside, you're in it. Well, so I typed a simple word inside, right? And I posted. I was like, wait a second, do I owe this guy like a dinner date with my wife Kim, right? So I was like, wait a second, this is Steve's fault, man. So I was like, I choose to like absolve Steve into this situation for a year, man. But I forgot my point, man. But feelings can be sensitive, man. There's a guy at the psych farm I was involuntarily put at, right? He's a clone of my dad, man. If something seems too good to be true, is too good to be true, man. So, man, you're sentenced, man. I don't know how this works. You're my dad's right arm. So you basically, we're gonna chain you to my dad's right arm by your left arm, and that's it. So I don't know how you feel now on the video, man. But I don't know, man. Friendship is a sensitive thing, man. I used to live in a world of friends. It's kind of sad. I mean, Steve's you got to. You should probably pray that Steve's absolution. First of all, it's not like a year. It should be like 20 years, and then once it's set to that, right? I need like 50,000 prayers up in like. Ugh. Okay, then. Well, then once we have those, and I'm sure we will. I say add that. Besides the 20 years, we had like 5 months, 4 days, and 3 seconds, right? In the only name up in that Bible strange. Drove Nazareth insane. Bethlehem on the brain. 12 disciples can't complain except one, Judas. But like, it's been a sad journey back to civilization, And I can tell you some things like people don't expect anything out of life, man. I don't know how you guys started, man, but this shit right here, there ain't nothing but God here, man. I don't know how my dad started or anybody started their life on their own. I think even Adam must have had like, how could you guys start a life without God, man? Then who would fill this life, man? Who would make you not alone here? Christopher Columbus, man, he wasn't in the record books yet. At some point he's like, I don't know. People do act strange, but I can't really say that in the kingdom. But I'm just saying, like, Steve put me on a weird trip, man. It was about a game called Black for the PlayStation 2, is what it was. I guess because the name Black, he thought it was racist. I don't know. Red Alert sounds pretty racist. I mean, if it's a game called Red Alert and the sequel's called StarCraft in some kind of secret Latana Varakadnishnasneya intellect, dialect, probably literal language, is saying enslave the black. Basically, he's saying enslave the black in 17 phases, man. And then if you talk about those things being online, or the second one should be online, saying the last 4 phases should be online. He's saying like, man, I don't know, some dumb stuff, right? But I'm saying like, I come over with the game Black 2 on the PlayStation 2, and I'm like, let's just play this like a split screen down the middle, like vertical split screen down the middle, and play the dang game, right? Dude, that was like 1999 or something. Um, he ruined my life, man. It's 2025, man. I think it was 1998. Kim, what did you say? Like June 3rd, 1998, like the day before my birthday. I must have been pretty happy. Back in those days, man, you could just go to someone's house. I mean, I don't know what it takes today, a police escort and the governor or something. I remember how things were, man. I remember I had a little Game Boy with like freaking Mortal Kombat 2. I thought nothing of it, just going to a friend's house. Like, I don't know what it is today. Let's get a club. Let's organize going to a club or something. But Back then it was like you just grab your Game Boy. Hey Steve, I'm coming over. I got like Mortal Kombat 2. What are you up to? Oh, I'm cooking tortillas on the stove. About to play Red Alert or something. Whatever. Okay. And you think nothing of it. You just walk through the neighborhood with your Game Boy, and you have just like in 2025. Okay, there was some kind of talk about World War III, man. I mean, Edward James Olmos, as much as you think he's a nobody, he basically secured like 5 years ago that there would be no World War III. So I don't know, but I remember back in the day, 1998. I have to kind of think about 1998, and then I had this Game Boy. Do you guys remember like the clear ones? Dude, I was excited about the clear ones, man. Do you remember when they had like Tetris for the clear ones? Uh, and then they had like the dot matrix screen. That was something to get excited about, huh? And Otep, you owe our lawyer like $1 trillion off that. I made an idea somewhere about some kind of screen. I'm sure you've seen it on .net for a grand or something. She even tried writing something for it, man. People should not really interrupt a broadcast like this. Otep, we live in a Christ prison. There's if we live in a Christ prison and you can't move a finger, then you shouldn't move a finger, okay? First of all, there's not enough wiggle room here to be jumping into someone's broadcast. When he's talking about a fond memory of a of a Game Boy screen, okay? So, Game Boy had a. Okay, I don't know. Okay, this is what. You want to know the truth about reality? God did make the whole shebang, but he kind of was like, blip, 7 more gods, bye. I'll see you. I'll see you when the battle starts. These are my people. Let's get it on. Here we are, 2025. He went and conquered these other gods, so they can safely say, yeah, he was tied up for a long time. I mean, his son was crucified when he was tied up. 2 years later, I mean, this guy's been tied up for a long time, man. He was able to blurb one thing out in the Bible that says, when I'm gone, invest, right? You guys were not investing. You guys were spending. If you guys have things today like yachts and stuff, that's spending. That's not investing. I'm broke. The world might end if I don't get enough food to last me till next month. So first of all, pray, because I don't put the kingdom in jeopardy. But I'm more than investing. I don't know what really investing is, but yeah. Here, Christ, there's another dollar. I started that from 2 yokes. I broke in Chicago. 2 gentlemen. One named Rusticea and one named Bush Dea. First of all, I don't know why people could talk about racism, man. First of all, let's break down where the word racism started, okay? If we came from apes, it probably started when we were apes, okay? If an ape says something, what are you saying? Well, okay, then. So what? What are you saying? You're like trying to make it fair if you're tailing behind, right? Hey, racism. Come back here. I'll make my own rules. Hey, if there's a monkey here and a monkey there, and this monkey's more advanced than them. I knew Kim back when we were monkeys too. I think we're supposed to be like king and queen up in this shit, but I'm not even sure right now. That's how life is. But like, let's say there's a monkey here and a monkey here, and this monkey got his bitch, and they're running that way to the next fucking fucking spot where they got like a bunch of freaking like. I heard that you called me Coleto over in Krastakia, Mexico, on planet Orsnija, on Nebula Fusnikia, on the side of Lush, and the Bush Nikish is Ra. The third one, over on, let's see, boom, boom, right there on that little hut, over on the little cheap ass internet, you pay 10 pesos, Mujusta. Well, your name is Kristakia, and you're wanted of 3 crimes with tequila, and I'm done. I arrest you. I put you on top of that thing. I'll hang you from your cheap ass 10-foot ceiling. Then I'll put like a 4.25-inch ladder and freaking put your right hand up there and boom, boom, there. And I'll even cuff you that thing on your left foot there. I'll even take a little fucking blue solder and just like, oh, you got one of those titanium floors? I don't know. I'll stick my foot there and leave one for 10 points on Crisis game or something. Now, what was I talking about? Oh, the Game Boy. So the Game Boy, like, they had, okay, there was the original, like, Game Boy. Oh, I'm gonna go even further back than that. I had my dad was dating this lady named, I'm not gonna talk about the time on my video anymore. That's for rookies, man. Oh, you know, my hand's doing a lot better, man. I'm pretty sure I'm cool. I just have to do incline push-ups. Like, I tried to go straight to the flat push-ups. I'm doing incline push-ups because according to God's will, I lowered my bed and I got the ability to do incline push-ups. So I think like in a week I can move down to like flat push-ups and I'm fine. My hand's doing a lot better. I went to the hospital. I prayed for like natural antibiotics and on the bench there, and I gave him a hard time. There was a machine. I was like, I better be like compatible with miracles in this like citizenship I'm engaged in and stuff like that. I also want to tell you, Christ, there's a lot of people that think that they're smart, and I don't know what exactly. I know there's like 4,000 people on a planet called Astakea over on Nebula 9. I think you know what I'm talking about. It's not a good thing to be like that. It's not. If you were smart, you drop out of the race. A really smart person would not like. Let's say, okay, they say if you love something, let it go, and if it comes back, it's yours. But the truth is, when it comes to intelligence, if you love being intelligent, then just tell everybody, I'm a civil nigga. Leave me alone. I'm going to go eat pizza and stare at my girlfriend's reflection in the back of my cortisone or something. You drop out of it to be intelligent. If you're trying like the fucking horse, like, gotta get my fucking neck past the ribbon like one more inch, you're not nothing but like a nuisance to God, man. Who made you? You don't even understand what I said, who made you. I'm telling you the directive of the person associated with the statement included. I'm not saying like questioning where you originated from. So how could that be anything? I dislocated 20,000 of their necks. And now you want me to end the video in a Christ prison. What gives you the authority? You tell me. Those 10,000, what gives you the authority in a Christ prison, a God, Mary, angel, heaven prison, to tell me that I've got to stop my video? I don't even know why I started this video. What point did I finish it? I was talking about a Game Boy. I didn't finish that. You can't even make no gods up anymore, fool. I know who you are. You're the descendants of Bethany, right? Well, I don't even know a Bethany. So that 50,000, that 5,000 are just disqualified from here. I shut you down. The other 5,000, I shut you down. Those 10,000, I shut you down. I want to talk about the Game Boy. I was outside of Steve's house with a Mortal Kombat 2 on the Game Boy, and it was cool. And I think it was the original Game Boy. I got it somewhere. That thing was cool, man. Do you guys remember that? Do you remember, not Liu Kang. Liu Kang's like the, but then like Kung Lao. Kung Lao, I think Kung Lao is modeled after, do you remember Shang Tsung's army from the Battle of Royale? It was a novel is what it was. But he was supposedly the main general that led the charge to take over ancient Japan. So they said that he died in the novel. They said that he died and came back some kind of super soldier zombie creation of like Christ's undying love for the Chinese people. He was actually like almost like a mascot of China in like the 1940s. And I think there was a strange experiment when God had his hands tied behind his back. I think they took like his it was based on somebody, but it was almost like it's almost like they took Tony the Tiger and found like Tony Danza, put like a hat on him, like pushed him off a cliff and said, "You live forever, man. I wanted that box of cereal when I was 4 or something. Be my magic charm or something." But they did that to somebody. But the guy he was modeled after was like Shun Lao, not Sun Lu or something. But by the time that they were able to See, life is like a time stamp, right? That's why the post office puts stamps on things. When a train's moving past you, like time is moving past you. Like I already said Sung Lao. I had like two names there, right? Gotta need a better memory. Who needs a better memory or four quadreps? Lord, can we have four quadreps of better memory on our system 11? Did you guys see my lecture? I think 10 people saw my lecture. Kim even gave like a miniature lecture. Okay. But anyways, back to the story. So first of all, scientists, you should never do these things, okay? Um Elon Musk is a bad criminal in a way. I'm not actually out there. I'm like a junior associate, right? Probably in a year I'll be out there. Probably in 2 years I'll really be out there. I'll probably end up meeting Elon Musk, right? And that's his timeline, but I don't have that time. Which you need to catch him. Bah, got him. Bah. Left ankle, right freaking like boom, elbow to a chair or something. Bam. Okay. Well then we got him. But so never mind. But speaking of game, let's talk about games though. Do you remember Super Mario 64? No. Wayne Gretzky 64. I remember playing that with Solomon Sawani when I was a child. You know, when you're 18, that's a child, actually. So that's why you don't have to pinpoint things, man. When I was a child, over on 2330 up in LA, second floor of my dad's apartment, Solomon Sawani and me were playing. I think it was facing south. And I had this. I went to. I used to trade things over and over and over. So I had a TV made by Samsawala, is what it is. It's like a northern Japan company. It was like they sell you like an 11 inch. Kim just bit my tongue for me to lacerate it, so I speak to her language of love. So it's like an 11-inch screen, right? So they sell you the cheap screen, but then they subsidize the rest of the money you pay on like big old speakers. So it's basically you're paying for more. Your ratio is more speakers than screens. So then the speakers fold in like this. I think it's had to have been like 13%. I mean 13 inches. How big do you think that TV had to be? Do you know which one I'm talking about? The game TV. 13.4 inches? Yeah, I'd say 12 inches, man. I'd say 12 inches, 13 centimeters, and quadrilateral of a millimeter percentage wise of 4.9. I would say probably no 10 there. That's what. But and then if it wasn't that it was conspiracy and they had like voodoo witchcraft on the screen, which ruins it. But I know I played. Oh man, never mind. Actually, never mind. When it comes to witchcraft, don't go down that road. It sucks, but I know I played. I must have somehow witchcraft. I don't know. I think God just, these are all ingredients of God, man. When they tied him up, they took his ingredients, man. It's like fucking like someone robbed like a La Quistadora, the chef, and like you go outside his restaurant. I was like, man, here you want this spice, man? It's on the street, man. I just like, I'll tell your fortune. Who's got $5? And he come up, I was like, La Quistadora is like special spice. You tell me my fortune. I think you're unfortunate for doing that to the guy. Wait. And the other guy's like, I got this egg here from his kitchen, man. It's like blue. I could juggle it. Come on, $5. It's like they took God's basic ingredients and Mary's basic ingredients and their son's basic ingredients, and they started like messing with it like they think that they're God. It's not that God's like, hey, I really want to catch you messing with my stuff. He didn't mean for that stuff to get out. But if you want to stop witchcraft, first you have to understand you have to measure how powerful a witch is. I know a witch named Karina over on 316. She's a 15,000 degree witch. I'd say she's got a 50-pound per square inch power of witch. So there. I mean, I saw someone, I guess some of them put putty on their head or something. I don't know. There was this guy down the street, I knew he put putty. He looked like a girl or something. So I'd say that individual probably 15 pounds per square inch of witchcraft power. Once you could determine, maybe you guys out there, if you live in some neighborhood, there's witches, just kind of like go up to them with a sketch pad and try to measure their witchcraft power. Maybe there's like a FBI thing on Facebook. Just send that to them with like a date and the area. I bet you in a year we could have all this witchcraft stuff back into God's hands. You'll see a much nicer land, you know. But I want to talk about Super Mario 64 then. That was a good game, huh? Do you remember the main castle when you get in there and you look up? Because it had the little C stick, the camera stick. And you look up and it's like, it was like, whoa. They're upstairs, like, okay. There's like a staircase leading up, right? If you go to the right and you go in, shut up, Kim.